Margot at home. All right, so we're continuing with our December theme of art as a gift, or artists who create gifts, or artists who have a gift. But the real funny haha for today's session is I've chosen an artist who is, I think, even for me, someone who's looked at art for, gosh, almost 70 years and tried to figure it out and understand it. This gentleman is really hard to get. So I am looking forward to comments from folks at home and here about how they perceive his art, what your impressions of his work are, and what you think. Is it art? Is this guy legitimate? Is he, my new least favorite word, authentic? Or, you know, what's going on with his work? So I'm going to do a brief overview of his biography while sharing the screen with everyone with an image of his really kind of philosophically deep work. It's very pixelated, I'm sorry to say. Folks at home, can I have a thumbs up if you can see it? Robin is the only one on camera and she's...
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, so our artist for today is a guy named Rudolf Stingel. I'll put it in the chat momentarily. Rudolf Stingel is based in New York City, but he was born in Murano, Italy. His work brings in the audience in dialogue about their perception of art, and he uses conceptual painting, which you should excuse me, whatever that means, and installations to explore the process of creation. So he makes these installations that are more about the process of making art than they are about the end product of what he makes, which to me is very, very interesting. What is more important, what we're looking at, or how the artist made it? What was the artist thinking about when he made it? What was the first idea that entered the artist's mind while creating the art? I think the artistic process is very similar to the scientific process. You have a problem. You create a hypothesis. This is the way I think I'm going to solve the problem. You make a method. These are the steps that I'm going to use in order to solve my problem. You go about doing the work, and art is experimental, just like science. And then you have an outcome, and the outcome is either what you expected from your hypothesis, or it's not. And if it doesn't come out the way you want it to, you redesign your method. Same thing in both science and art. So in a way, conceptual art is almost a science of art. And this is the kind of work that Mr. Stingel does. He likes using found materials, styrofoam. How much do we hate styrofoam? It's so bad for the earth and the environment. So I'm grateful to him for using stuff that we normally throw away. He also uses carpet and cast polyurethane. Not so great for the environment. And he makes art based on these underlying ideas and concepts as the framework for the finished product. He likes to challenge contemporary ideas of what art is. This is so cool to me. The surface of his two-dimensional flat work is often carved or gouged out, scratched on, or altered, imprinted or indented in some way. He lives in New York and Murano, Italy, both. He first became noticed in the late 1980s with monochromatic works. That means he likes making pieces that are usually only one color. So his early works are usually silvery colors. Sometimes there are undertones of red, yellow, or blue. They're all abstract. Sometimes he uses oils, and he likes to spray, drip, press, and pull these colors across a black field. So that means he paints the canvas first in black, and then he pulls or scrapes or sprays the paint across the black. The works begin with an application of a thick layer of paint in a particular color. And then he likes to put gauze on top of that and spray or paint over the gauze to make this wonderful textured surface. The gauze is removed and it does make a richly textured top. All right. He sometimes uses enamel paint. He sometimes uses tulle, which is another very finely meshed fabric, netting like gauze. And here's a cool thing about his newer work. He likes to invite people in to make marks on his pieces so that he gives up ownership and authorship of his own work. So he will frequently have an installation at which there is paint or markers or some other kind of media where people can come in and leave a mark on whatever it is he's created, whether it's a painting or an installation or a wall that he's been working on. He's been in many biennales and biennials. In 1993, he exhibited a huge plush orange carpet glued to the wall at the Venice Biennale. In his site-specific Plan B in 2004, he covered the entire floors of Grand Central Terminal's Vanderbilt Hall and the Walker Art Center with an industrially printed pink and blue floral carpet. Similarly, simultaneously in Frankfurt, Maine, Stingel completely resurfaced one of the rooms of the Museum for Modern Kunst, walls, columns, and floor with bright red and silver insulation panels printed with a traditional damask wallpaper motif. During the 2013 Venice Biennale, he covered the Palazzo Grassi with his own Persian-inspired carpeting on which he hung his abstract and photorealist paintings. In other installations, he covered the walls with silver metallic cellotex, insulation board, and invited visitors to mark them as they wished, and so on and so forth. In 2007, at the Whitney Museum of American Art, the artist covered the gallery walls again with the cellotex insulation board and invited visitors to draw, write, and make imprints on the surface of the softly reflected silver paneling effectively removing the artistic privilege from the mark of the individual and handing it over to the collective gestures of thousands of viewers. So he wants audience participation in his work. He wants to give up ownership of his own work. Interesting, right? So I believe this painting that we're looking at now is one of his earlier works. It's one of the silvery things on which he's laid first the black ground, the black background, and then put down gauze that he spray painted silver on top and then scraped and gouged through it. Apparently lately he has been putting styrofoam sheets on the floor of his studio and putting on boots that he soaks in, forget what chemical, lacquer thinner. And he walks across the thick styrofoam and the lacquer thinner eats into the styrofoam and leaves marks. And that's his latest work. So this kind of gouging and scratching and leaving impressions in the surface of his paintings and installations is a big deal for him. He also does, I should mention, he does these photorealist paintings. So he's also a realist. He likes doing portraits. We will be having our model Elizabeth later. And I had hoped that we could all do a warm-up session with her and then start doing our more abstract work. Or I was going to give you the choice of working from life and or doing abstracts today. I'm going to be doing a demonstration of different techniques you can do a la Stingel. And before we look at more images, I'm going to put our artist's name in the chat box, Rudolf Stingel. I don't know, those of you who are here, can you read that tiny print? I'm going to enlarge this briefly. Folks at home, you're going to lose the picture. Better, folks here, Rudolph, like the reindeer, Stingel. Right, which, Eileen, that's the German spelling, correct?
Pronounce it.
Stingel, S-T-I-N-G-E-L. I'm going to close that, and we're going to look at some more pictures. Any thoughts or feelings about that first image that we showed? Likes, dislikes?
I liked it a lot.
Susan, why?
It reminded me of those cave carvings a little bit.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I love the color silver.
Folks at home, I don't know if you could hear, but Susan was saying that she liked that first image because it reminded her of cave art that we have looked at. I don't know if we've looked at it in this class, but at the senior center, we've looked at cave drawings.
Yeah, it looks like slate almost, you know.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, like it was telling
So
me.
this is one of his newer, more contemporary pieces. You can see that people have walked through and left their mark on his work. People have carved in their names. I think this is a piece of that insulation stuff. Definitely highly textured surface. Very scratched up. I love the golden color of it. He likes metallic. Yeah, this is the metallic Celotex insulation board. I wonder if he provides masks for people to wear, because it can't be good for you to breathe. Any comments on this baby?
Without my glasses, which I don't. It looks to me like a map of the, you know, a map of the United States with all the Right. Little.
Oh, that's interesting.
That was my thought. It's actually a map of them. I don't know what, you know, but
That's cool.
like a some locality, right?
Eileen and Heather are seeing a map configuration here,
Topograph.
a topographic map. Oh, like one we would have made in the 5th grade. With,
Elegance about them too.
okay,
A delicacy, even, you know, even though it's gouged and, you know, carved, there's something kind of elegant for me.
maybe this shiny metallic quality, Lily.
But I wonder how different it is to see that in person, like if it has a rough edge or a smooth edge. Yeah, yeah.
Right,
Like
it
right
would
now,
be
it's
interesting.
elegant.
I have never seen his work in person. He's somebody I'd never heard of before.
It must be from northern Italy, right?
I don't know where Marino, Italy is. Merona. Merona. Meron. Oh no, Murano. Merano, Italy.
Wax?
No, that's Murano. That's in Venice.
That's northern Italy.
So it is northern Italy, whoever gets that. Murano is an island in Venice.
Yeah. That's what it is.
That's where they make the glass. This is giving me kind of an ancient Egyptian feeling too, like something we might run across in a pyramid. Maybe again, because of the gold. Top of a what? A desk? Yeah, that's been used and scratched, and the top of the desk, said Jennifer.
Yeah, especially with the names out.
Yeah, kids carving their names into the desk. I love the fact that he invites people in to leave their mark on his work. I think maybe he's going to change the shape and future of art. Who knows? Okay, here's one of his carpet installations. I'm not sure I get these. Help. I want to hear thoughts on these works. So this was at the Venice, or no, at the Whitney.
Floor and walls.
Covered the entire room.
It only changes the intent of the museum gallery.
Okay, Heather's saying it changes the intent of the space in which it's displayed for sure. And I like how it makes, what is the ceiling? What are the walls? What is the floor? It really upends the whole logic of the space.
What's that thing on the right?
This is one of his paintings that he's installed on top of the carpet, which is something that he does. So you can really see that the process, the making, the thinking about what he's doing is way more important than the finished product, because how do you sell something like this? You could sell it to a museum probably, but you could sell it to an incredibly wealthy person who probably would store it somewhere in order to loan it to a museum.
I mean, does he really save them or sell them?
That's what I don't know. So a lot of conceptual artists don't sell the actual piece. You're right, Heather. They're one-shot installations, and then they are taken down and removed the artist makes more from photographs of the installation or drawings of the installation than they do from the actual finished work of art.
It kind of reminds me, although different, Frisco, because Frisco would be out in the environment, but these are interior. but
Right.
they're-
And for those of you who may not remember who Christo was, if you had the opportunity to go to the gates in Central Park, how many years ago was that? Christo was another conceptual artist dealing with the whole concept of space and architecture. And the gates were these orange cloth curtains, thank you, that were placed throughout Central Park. They were beautiful. And Christo made his money from photographs of his installations, not from the installation itself. And boy, were they wealthy, the Christos. They did very well. All right, we'll look at a couple more of these. And then I'm going to do a demonstration. And if Elizabeth doesn't show up, I'm concerned for her, but we just won't do life drawing today. We'll hop right into doing abstraction. Oh, and here I'm guessing, nope.
No.
So this is one of his earlier works. He put the black down first, I believe, but it looks like he added more black in the final stages. This one really looks to me like it could be a map, an aerial view of a street map.
What's the scale like, Liz?
They're huge. They're huge. Yeah. They're huge. I don't have dimensions for you, but his work is really big. I'm shrinking it because it's very pixelated, but texture seems to be his motivating force. Color, texture. And those are keywords and ideas for us to think about in our own work today. Color and texture. This one, I'm keeping my mouth shut. What do you guys think? All right, I'm hearing a lot of positives here. I love it. Robin is clapping her hands at home. Robin, why do you like this one?
I love the color, the texture, and it just pulls me in. It looks like it's almost, what do you call it, finger painting, like, somehow hands were involved with making these textures. I don't know, but it's just compelling on all levels and it's pleasing. It's
Right.
color, texture, shape, everything. I don't know what it is. I'm not trying to make anything of it. I just let it in and it feels good.
Nice comments. Anybody else?
It looks like a bird flying through the.
Yes, it does. Is this where you're seeing the wing? Heather is seeing a bird flying through. And here's the head.
Oh, no, that's in the center. Yeah, right there. That's the head.
Oh, okay.
Another wing. Yeah. The other side is the other.
Here.
No, the other side, to the right, to the right. That whole.
Oh, I see here. Oh, I see. Yes. Oh, gosh, I didn't see that at all before. How interesting is that? So Heather and a lot of folks here are seeing a bird.
I see the map here. I see the aerial map.
And Jennifer sees the map.
And I see like a lot of depth.
A lot of depth. It does recede back into space. And for me, this one is the most relatable and easy to understand. It feels like a landscape to me.
Yeah.
Like this could be a mountain. This could be the horizon line here for me, could be here. And this is the foreground and this is the background. And the color is gorgeous, just gorgeous. All right. So, gosh, I'm thinking we'll pick up with Elizabeth when she does get here. But what I'd like to do now for everyone, let's look, we're going to look at one more monochromatic and then I'm going to do our demo. Oh, this one is very different from his other work. So let's look at this first. And I don't know if this one is an earlier or later. I think this is the later one where he's invited people to come in and write notes and stick things on. This is the Celotex insulation wall. Looks like people are putting their old bills and stuff, or he's putting. So this is more a collage, which we are not going to do today. Although people at home, if you opt to do collage, that's cool too. But folks here, I didn't bring in materials for collage. All right, so if there's no further comment on Mr. Stingel, did I say he was born in 1956 and he is still living and doing well? All right, so we're going to stop the share and Laura is going to set up the camera and I'm going to do a demonstration. Those of you at home and those of you who are here waiting for that to happen, at home, you want to gather up bits and pieces of old cardboard boxes. I don't know if you have sticks laying around. What else? I'm drawing a blank. Bits and pieces of styrofoam from packaging. Bubble wrap is kind of cool to use for what we're going to do today. Plastic utensils, that kind of thing. So gather up your stuff. You're going to need paper to do your work on as your surface. And those of you who are here, the materials that you need are all along the back counter. If you didn't bring your own stuff, as I mentioned, you could do in the email that I sent out. Just take a few little pieces of junk. We can always swap and share. Don't take a truckload of the detritus.
Oh, and the tree.
Oh, I forgot. Thank you, Lily, for reminding me. Lily, sorry, folks at home. You can have snacks on your own, though. You got your whole refrigerator. Lily has very sweetly, not to make a pun, brought in cupcakes. And they, oh, and she even put them on plates.
They're like Orlando, so they just needed to be shared.
Help yourselves. You can either take some with you. She brought plastic bags, baggies for you to cart them home in, or you can take some to eat now. All right, so let's gather up our stuff. In another couple of minutes, I'm going to do a demonstration of how we can create abstraction using garbage. That is our goal today. We're going to make abstraction using garbage. Susie, you're going to go to the back, see where Heather is. Lady with the black shirt. I'm going to pick out some garbage. Heather, don't take all the stuff. That's paper for your bag. You're gonna see. Don't forget that.
Oh, thank you.
Right.
I didn't know I needed that.
How much we get? Oh, no, it all worked out.
No.
Right. Unless I was there. Oh, no. Oh, sorry. Oh. Yeah.
Feel better today?
I have nothing.
I
Okay.
Okay, guys, you have 30 seconds left. Come on. Ándale, ándale. Now Elizabeth is on her way. She thought she plugged her phone in last night and did not. So she overslept. She apologized. Oh, but come anyway.
Yeah, right. Sorry.
Thank you. Very kind. Yeah, I'm feeling strong.
She's strong, but she's probably.
All right, so the word I want you to remember that I used in the lecture. People at home, can you hear me?
I'll check the chat.
Can you hear me, Robin? Yes, okay, good. The word I want you to remember is monochromatic. We are only going to use white and black today. Sally and Susie, if you cannot see, you move your chair over to this side or watch the TV. Okay? Mr. Stingel only used monochromatic colors. And that's what I want us to try and do today. No paintbrushes. I deliberately did not bring brushes. Lily's eyes are like, what? You're so mean. We are going to create art images with garbage. The first step you are going to take is to put paint in the paper plate that I brought. You can do one for black and one for white. You can get astounding different tints and hues with just these two colors. And you'll find that as you work, they're going to mix automatically. It's going to be impossible to keep the colors separate. And for the first piece of paper that you're going to use, I want you to play, go wild, experiment, have fun. Check out the possibilities. Explore what the tools and the media can do for you on paper. Do not try and create an image. Just play. All right, Eileen is like, woohoo, this is my thing. Block of wood. What can I possibly do with a piece of wood? Well, let's see. I dip the wood right into the paint. I'm going to apply it to the paper in a variety of ways. Right now, I'm smushing it. What if I were to scratch with the corner? Nice. I can take another surface on the block, dip it in the black. I can stamp. I can literally print. So there are a variety of ways that you can actually use found materials to make fabulous texture on a flat two-dimensional surface. Bubble wrap. Love this stuff. Susie's like, what can we do with this? Watch. You can stamp with it. You can drag it. You can swipe with it. There's an old CD. What can I do with this? I can roll. I can scrape. I can blob. All right. Get the idea? Yeah. So that's your first piece of paper. You're playing around. You're experimenting. Does it look like anything? It's lovely. Absolutely does not look like any kind of thing whatsoever.
It's quite lovely, talkative.
But it was great fun. Right? Now I'm gonna keep this because once it's dry, I can add color to it if I like. I can take dry drawing tools, crayons, pastels, colored pencils, and work on top of it. I can collage on top of it. There's all kinds of possibilities. But now I can also take the second piece of paper and I can create a composition on the second piece of paper. I know what I can do with these materials now. I can control more of what I want to do. Think about the process, the steps that I'm going to take to make my abstraction. Understood? All right, I'm going to put my stuff back. Somebody can use it. I don't want to waste the paint. Have fun, everybody. Start experimenting. Now, when Elizabeth gets here, we're going to put the camera on her. Those of you who want to draw from like May, you could create absolutely beautiful figurative abstraction. You can draw in pencil first. Oh, I'm going to put it on that counter. From your sketches of Elizabeth. You understand? What are you thinking? Yeah. Okay. You got it, Jennifer? You got it, Susie?
I got it.
So we went from an artist who's difficult to understand. Hopefully the directions were clear. Work with pastels and crayons, I would do that first and do the paint on top. You cannot work with the pastels and crayons after you apply the paint. Unless you want to pay me, if you want to pay me for a whole new set of pastels, a box of crayons.
Oh, what did you say?
Do that first and then you can apply the paint on top. So do the dry things first, wet things second. Does that make sense? Right. So, oh, you have to take the top off this. I can't get this over as well. They have to buy. It comes out fast over here. I don't know. I just saw Elizabeth. Yes. Oh, you want me to leave this here? Just so it's in the camera. For the people at home. Camera.
Excellent.
Now, I'm debating whether or not to do a second one. I don't want to do that. I don't want to influence how you set up your composition. When you do the composition, think about what's going to be your focal point. In other words, where do you want your viewers to look first? But for now, just play.
Start out with black or white?
I started with white. This for Stingel started with black.
So it doesn't matter.
Doesn't really matter.
Oh, but you have both.
Both are in. Okay, don't get this wet one. Now remove it. You don't need it.
No, I'm not at all.
Right. I didn't make it clear. Well, and I thought Elizabeth was coming. That's why I put the drawing equipment in. So. But you can paint on top of this.
That's what I'm
Because
gonna do.
it's so beautiful. Don't wait. All right, there's so much. She is not coming, she is foreign. She is part of, what is the name of the? All women. Yeah. Somebody died. A lot of. And COVID kind of story. Yeah, for the call. I sharpened every single pen. There you go. Oh, look what Heather brought. This is gonna work great. Love this. Use the cardboard. There you go. This is wonderful. Yeah, this is great, Susie. More white, put a lot more white on top. And try the stamping. Good. Go ahead, Sally. Start with the paint. All right, folks at home. How you doing? Everybody good? Having fun, I hope. Nothing in the chat box? No news is good news. Oh, you. Yeah, yeah. Right. I better call her. Now her car is. Okay, Aw. Oh, well, let her finish. Show love, everybody's got the same directions, everybody's doing different stuff. This is very cool. Now, the really hard thing with abstraction is knowing when to stop. This is great, keep going. You're just starting. Yeah, I love that. Like you say, when you look at, you know, the person who was through the last. More complicated is better. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's line contour. Yeah. Yeah, right. That's to get your right brain in gear. Don't come in the market.
Oh. no, wasn't very good. It's past- What if you? Not at all. You don't like it? The real great thing about abstraction is if you do something and you don't like it, you can cover it up. No, I didn't. But fine. Fun. Yes, Sally. Yeah. Remember the Japanese artist, Yayoi Kusama? With the dots, this is reminding me of her work. You're gonna be famous.
Everyone at home deeply working. Love it. So we have plenty of time, folks. If you want to do 2 or 3 experimental things before you start on the finished piece, remember Rudolf Stingel was all about process and experimentation. If there's more for you to learn and figure out, go for it. Don't limit yourself. Get some paper towel, crumple it up, use it as a tool.
Go, girl.
Steel wool would be interesting if you have some under your sink that you've been squirreling away to stop some little garden mouse from getting into your kitchen.
Yeah, that.
Use it to paint with.
Garden mouse, we got rats. Skulls.
Trying to be polite.
I swear, giants.
They're all over.
It's so, you know, it's- like farming towards-
Well, does everybody want an house to look at it?
Not just that, they knocked
Nobody
down,
wants to be with cat.
they knocked down all those, warehouses. They were living in.
Yeah, but that's not.
No, it's not the only thing.
It's all those cafes on Washington.
Yeah.
They're built it. Make them build it.
Are we starting to?
Pandemic,
Yeah.
It started the second step. Whenever you feel ready, you make it in this, that's it, like, have a focal point, right? Focal point, yeah. And think about which concept or idea you want to concentrate on. So where do you want it to look? And how are you going to get it? With ribbon? You can use size. You can use light. You can use lighter and brighter. And you talk about color later. Color could be your concept. Color. Let's say it again. So think about all the main items. Line, color, shape, texture, light, and dark. Composition. Form. Okay. Then ways to get to those. Is balance,
imbalance. Symmetry is the base. Right, that's how you form a composition. Base, solid, movement. A lot to remember, it really is. That's what I'm really. And abstraction is one of the hardest things to do.
Oh, wow, good idea.
That's my first painting my whole life with that.
And it was great. You showed it to, yeah, his name.
Lou?
Yeah, you showed it to Lou Carbone and he said it was great. Okay, guys. Sorry to interrupt the creative process, but here are the things I want you to think about in your second piece. Think about the main concepts, the elements of art. Color, line, shape, texture. You're going to use all of those things in your composition. So what is going to be the focal point? Where do you want your viewer to look first? And how are you going to get them there? Are you going to use pattern and rhythm? Repeated pattern? Are you going to use size, big and little? Are you going to use symmetry or asymmetry? Is it about balance? Is it about dark and light? Maybe your focal point is going to be lighter and brighter than the rest of the picture, or darker and with a bit of foreboding. Try and remember all those different terminologies that we've been using throughout our work together. Abstraction is tough. We think that the artist just goes into the studio and throws paint at the wall. No. There's a lot of conscious decision making that goes into creating an abstract composition, and you're probably all experiencing it now. The process, the thought process that you're going through is what this work is all about. And I prefer that you not draw first, but some folks have done that. That's fine. You've done primary, secondary, good. So where do you want people to look at this picture first? Want maybe something interesting and different up here? Since you make something big over in this corner, something dark, maybe use some more black in one corner than another. Beautiful together. And you can always get more paint. Lovely. Yeah, you're at a difficult stage. Sometimes just a little bit is enough. Can you hold it up for me to look at from a distance, please? I feel like it's finished. You might want a long black vertical piece. I like this little touch of red that's probably a mistake. I like it. Pretty cute.
It's a way to work. Had a lot. We touched. Yeah, this is fabulous.
All right, something to know about abstraction. Stop frequently, stand up, and look at the work from a distance. When you're up close to it, you get lost. Vanessa, did you hear me? Robin, you heard me? Look at your work from a distance on occasion.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's
Liz, can I show you what I did with the black and white and created the abstract out of it? It's
One
something,
minute, Robin, I can't hear you. I'm gonna come closer to the laptop. 1 minute.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Understand?
All right, I'm coming closer.
1 minute, Robin, she's coming.
Okay, thank you.
So you didn't hear me. You didn't hear me at all. You're muted now.
When you said to use black and white, I did that. And then I had some leaves that I picked up last night that were beautiful. So I put on this and it all just happened really fast. I don't know if you can see it.
I love it. I want to spotlight you so I can see it better.
And I'm just so surprised. I don't know where this came from. Let me see if there's another light here, but I'm kind of amazed. And I don't think, it doesn't feel like I did it. It just happened. But I think it's interesting.
I love it.
And if I could get more color on, there's a little color in the leaves. They're like a darker reddish. It's so weird, Liz, because this isn't anything I plan. I know you have a different approach of planning and I don't plan it. I just
No,
do it.
I said for the first one, just play.
Oh, okay, well, that's it. And I'm kind of happy that you had us do something like that because it felt really good. So
So when you put the leaves on, you just stuck them in the acrylic?
I just crumbled them up and let them fall where they fell. And the paint was thick enough in places and I added some glue so they could stick.
Oh, okay, good. Then they'll stay. If you add
Yeah.
a glue, they'll stay.
Yeah.
Excellent. No,
Anyway,
you followed directions perfectly. And
okay,
it looks great.
thank
If you
you.
have time to do a second one, think about planning.
Okay, great. Thanks,
But
Liz.
then you can compare which work better for you. We never lose the selective hearing. You notice? We hear what we want.
You know, you see what I mean? You know, you want something, and you color, and then you black on top of it, and straight, that's what that. That's what we like.
You mean like scratching? Wow, yeah.
That's what we like.
We've done scratch art in this class, but you cannot get scratch art in
Really weird. What's on the fence?
You do it on like a wood piece or
Well, you
metal.
can make your own, but
Yeah.
it's tedious, it's time consuming. You have to do layers and layers and layers, crayon, different colors, and put ink on top. Yeah, this is very intriguing. See where it goes.
Me too.
It's fun. Yeah, you like?
No, it's really,
Oh, okay. So you finished with the whole.
Okay. looking at this, I'm so worried. I can't find where. Okay. thanks. This is really sculptural. I don't know what I am, but I've done it. You can call me. I don't know. Now, conceptual painting, I'm not sure. I guess a conceptual painting, he has an idea and he allows others. It conveys the idea. Yeah, the idea. Yeah. You can get that different. Depending on what the concept is. It's a visual aspect of it, but important than the idea of it. My problem with conceptual art, I love, don't get me wrong. Yeah. There's so much explanation. Yeah. And I'm not sure a visual person, but yeah. Yeah, I still want one black bird. I don't know what this side or that side. Just to create an asymmetry or an interest. Even if you at the edge of this black, and just let it should go. But that's up to you. It's your art. It's beautiful textural work. There's a lot. Yeah. So down at 5, we get what we're doing. Susie's having a ball. I love this. Sally, these are great. Which one do you like better? It'd be kind of interesting to cut this out, put it on top. I don't know if it would work. Good morning. Yes, enough. This is good. Yeah, finish. I was thinking, cut it out. And put it on top. Oh. I don't know how you do it with sweat. I can see a pair of scissors. Yeah, cut it out. But don't glue it in the middle. Glue it like this. This. And this much. Yeah. I have a beef with the New Yorker. They have this new online column called
And if you're a subscriber, they send it to you. It's called What We're Reading This Week.
Mhm.
And they do these really great synopsis of new books. And you click on it, it goes, and you can go to Amazon, buy it right now. Yes. Who does that?
Oh, really? I think that's the time. I have a pile of next to the bed. Like piles of books that I buy it for my Kindle.
Or when to get the right spring book?
I forgot to bring it today, sorry.
That's okay. I'm gonna take it from here.
Oh, good.
Because they
Okay.
didn't have it at Synopsis.
Symposium.
Symposium.
Oh, good, they have it here at the library,
But
good.
they have it here.
So
I
you
brought
can
my
see it,
books
if you
back.
like it, you can buy it, if not,
It's that.
that's even better.
That was at the library.
Right. Good, and then there's,
How many books?
there's a textbook, and then she, listen, up, she has a textbook, and she also has a workbook. You can literally draw in, so she'll have, on the left page, you'll have the direct, right side, we do the art. I actually saw it before.
Oh, yeah.
Only teacher I ever had who made me cry.
Wow. What's her name? That was in the beginning, right? When you were young?
Oh, well, I was.
You had the other
I
teacher
was
that
in my
changed,
30s.
your, remember he changed your thing or something?
Yeah, she drew on my art.
Oh, my God.
Uh-huh.
Which is
What's
like
her name?
number one rule for art teachers.
Yeah, don't do it.
Never touch your students. Ever.
What's her name?
Betty Edwards. She's more scientist than art.
Study my brain. We had a lovely art teacher in public elementary.
Yeah.
She taught us, she taught us about the teach, about so and all these artists and I.
Oh, but she didn't touch your work.
No, no.
She did. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I taught with that. 38 years.
Wow. Which
What
one?
is this?
So
No, school of
She
the
makes-
Holy Child. Her full name.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, school of the Holy Child. Gee.
Wow.
Summit, New Jersey.
Oh, wow.
Yes, Teresa made more hats.
Two more hats. She said, this is it. She said,
Where's Lily? Lily.
oh,
She cut it. She left.
no, I'm with that.
Lily.
Okay.
It's as big as Van Lily gets.
Okay, so give it out. All right, I will see.
Tell her thanks.
You're
And
welcome.
Mary-
Merry Christmas. Oh, you're so. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, but then I'm going to collect the names. I'll see you. All right, thank you. Yeah. Thanks, Liz.
Thank you for being the conduit,
Anytime.
for keeping a lot of people head warm. You two guys have to be careful of this table. You don't have a tablecloth, okay? Wow, Donna, we should have you model today. Shirt is perfect for this Friday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And your mask. Lisa. Now I'm seeing black and white everywhere. My at-home artists, we're all okay? Pat, I didn't even know you were here today. Hi, you okay? Tell me it's not COVID, please.
No, I'm okay. Don't worry. I just some back issue, but not COVID.
Oh, all right, take it easy.
Thank
Good
you.
to see your face.
Me too.
We missed you yesterday for sure.
Yes, me too. I wish to be there.
Next week. Are you having fun?
I baked it this.
Okay.
Was-
Oh, you're using foil. Oh, look at what Pat has made. Let's check this out.
You say junk, so I find whatever on my table. It's like a used foil, and then I have this fruit wrap, and then some string, and then poke a hole. Oops, was it? Yeah.
I like how you're starting to outline. Are you gonna color more of it black? Or just,
Yeah, maybe.
yeah, I'd like to see some more black in the background too. Love it.
Mhm.
Talk about texture. Very cool. Hold it still. Sally's trying to take a picture. No, our Sally. All
You
right,
see
thank
my monster crawling out from the hole. I see.
Oh, I see the monster.
Yeah. It's fun.
Dang, this
Actually,
is
it's
great.
styrofoam. I put styrofoam under the
Okay.
foil. I burned it.
Oh, be careful with that, please.
It's fun. It stings, but it's very fun.
Don't burn yourself. And you know, the gas from that is not good to breathe.
Yeah, I put it under the van. That's a benefit of
Okay, good.
home.
Good. As long as you have ventilation, you're good.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, keep working on that. We want to see more.
Okay.
Anybody else at home who wants to share? Oh, Vanessa, somehow you got spotlighted. I didn't intend to do that. Vanessa, do you want to hold up what you're working on?
Hey Liz, I'm continuing to work on that piece from last week again. But I started to do like the fire and the water on the outside. So
Wow.
now I'm starting to paint it.
It's going to be exquisite.
Thanks.
All right, keep working. Sorry for disturbing.
No, it's okay.
Goes with our monochromatic theme so far.
For sure.
All right.
Sorry, I'm dog sitting, guys. I'm trying to mute myself.
Quite all right. We love puppies. You need to follow. Lily, you know. That's all. Yeah, I think I'm at the left play and add more color. You'll find it, yeah. This all around the line. This one so far is my favorite. Yeah, mine's a dry. Aw. Good for you. See, everybody's personality comes through in the work. Is the planner and take control. Sally. Damn. That's look at this more than the fact that you need some kind of asymmetry. Yeah, yeah, I agree. And if that's not enough, try it. If you don't like it, and right. Full right. Yes. I want you to connect this to your full right. Just on one side. Okay. Circle white. Right. Cover up. Not all of it. Some. Yeah, Susie. Yeah. Yeah. Fantastic. 1 minute, Sally. I'm coming to you. More of the white here, just here. It doesn't have to be a thing. Remember, this is abstract, no thing, shape. Yeah. I feel like that. Yeah. You like it, glue it on. It's crap. I like the rhythm. Movement. Very much. Just remember, you gotta keep stuff. The interesting thing is the whole thing gray first. Very light gray. And then print it on top of the light gray. Yeah. Because the problem with white, and I've said this a gazillion times, all of this white swallows up the shape. Makes it harder to see the shape. Yeah. Yeah, white is a powerful color. We tend to forget that. If you leave the background white, it's going to suck up all of what you put on top of it, especially if the shapes are tiny and delicate. Yeah, I like a little bit of color. But you're the artist. I didn't ask. Uh-oh. The edge. So many messages.
Oh, you did, you made it work. Yeah. You need to more of a paper. God, I have that. Bring them.
No, it's,
So everyone at home, I think I've seen all your work. Is there anyone I've missed? E? E, I know you came. Do you want to show? Usually you have not the ability to go on camera. But E, if you can do it today. Oh, and here Laura is walking around the room showing what people in class have done. So those of you at home, if you want to look up and see the variety of work we've done today, it's pretty amazing. Thanks, Laura. Good idea. So it's so extraordinary to me that same materials, same directions, and everybody does something different. Oh, you guys are getting a big clap and hearts from Pat. Oh, Pat, I have a question for you. I'm going to do it privately in the chat. Whoops. How do I make it small? No, Pat, only you are going to see this. Actually.
Yeah, Clara, can you clear the chat? That's okay.
Pat, did you see what I wrote to you? That's weird. Did I not send it? Oh, I didn't send it. All right, folks at home, look and see what people have created.
my name is John. I was thinking more region. This is a little more urban.
So proud of everybody today. It was you. Okay. This is by Heather. This is great. She painted directly on carpet. I should take a picture of that to show Ibu. May I, Heather? Oh, this is Mika's. This is Eileen's. Eileen is having a blast. Oh, you have a question, Vanessa? Let me look. Vanessa says everyone's work is outstanding. So cool. Jennifer's work. We just saw Susan's, and this is Jennifer's. Little bit of color in hers. I love how it's peeping through. Laura, this was a great idea. Thank you. Let's do it every class.
Do you teach another class? Tuesday?
I used to teach an afternoon class.
We're trying to learn that.
Yeah, that would be nice.
But I would teach the same thing I taught in the morning. Well, a lot of people like me go with starting.
I did that.
There's no place like.
Here most of my adult life. Actually, yeah. Most of my entire adult
You had no fun.
life. But I
Well,
grew up in Marsden. We shared everybody's work from home. Yeah, I was gonna do that already.
I lived in Australia and then I ended up here.
Wow.
So
How long were you in Australia?
7 years.
Wow.
Folks at home, thank you so much for sharing. And we still have a few minutes. Actually, in-house people, you literally have 3 minutes to clean up. We're gonna start cleaning up early because this was such a messy project. And so sorry, Elizabeth could not make it today. Those of you at home, I don't know if you heard me earlier, but her alarm did not go off this morning and then her car did not start. So she is really upset, but we'll have her back, not to worry. These things happen.
Thank you for the cupcake. Oh, yeah, I didn't get mine yet.
Well, no, and there's chocolate.
Helen, is Helen in the house? Helen, are you working from home?
I don't think she has a computer.
Says the sound is low when you're talking. Now she's saying, now it sounds okay. I don't see her as a participant. It's weird. Maybe she's listening via phone.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe her.
Liz, I don't know if you want to, I tried to do an abstract with a plan.
Show us.
And
Everybody look at the TV screen again. Folks at the back, look at the TV screen.
Okay.
I don't know what this is. I mean, I do know what it was, the idea was mountains and then the white.
Shush, everybody shush for a minute, please.
So I don't know what it
Shush.
looks like to anybody, but this is what I tried to plan. And then I got into white and gesso.
Wow.
I couldn't stop. So I don't know. It just is a different thing.
You are creating beautiful stuff today. Wow.
I was thinking of the artist that you presented
I
and
mean-
the piece that was more muted and with all the different colors that affected me, that it kind of monochromatic, but it had other colors in it. So anyway,
Yeah, I see a bit of pink there.
yeah,
Nice job.
thank
Thank
you.
you for sharing.
I tried to follow directions, Liz.
It looks like Rudolf Stingel. You are following directions. You did great today.
Thanks. And thanks everybody and all the work that you showed. It was great. Thank you.
I hope everybody heard. Robin loved your work, everybody. And oh, Laura already put in next week's featured artist is Christopher Wall. You're going to love his work. Folks at home, continue working if you wish. Folks here, you got to start cleaning right now. Donna, sorry, I know you got here a little late, but you got to start cleaning, baby. Yeah, the plates you have with paint on them, just throw them out. They are not useful for future work. The paper plates that you have paint on. If you have paint on. In the pencil. Trying to keep them separate. They get really dirty if you put them in the pencil case. Not your job, you got it covered. Oh, thank you, Charlie, for helping. Yeah, I like this stuff, like this. Yeah, you're gonna have to carry it carefully. I got this. You worry. You worry about the table. Yeah. So you're gonna have to wipe up most of it and then it gets wet. Excuse me, lady. Donna, this is gonna make it easier for you. Here's the garbage can right here. This Eileen. Or your team. Everybody has a different style of working. Do not worry.
And don't worry about the catch one, because I'll probably throw this out just more. You learn more about it. Yeah, you don't have to clean it. Just wrap it up, that's it. That's a wrap. Yeah, good job, guys. All right, I'm done already. Got it?
Okay,
Good.
thank you.
I carry around my wife everywhere I go. Anybody want more cupcakes? You got cupcakes? Out here. Where? Donna, her cupcakes.
Donna, you gotta clean up first. We'll save you some.
Cupcakes.
Yeah.
Get a cup. Get a cup. Oh, the trash? No cupcake for you. No, I'm clean. No soup for you. I'm trying to be good. I went to that, like, careful time. Years. Yeah. I worked there at the time. You worked at, no, I worked at, up in that area. Yeah. I used to go there and sometimes I got bread and sometimes I. Oh, yeah, what a nut.
And yeah, folks at home, you still have time. See, people are still working. That's great. Some of you have left. That's cool too. Vanessa, hold up your piece.
Now, one thing about abstract is if something happens to it, it changes.
Beautiful. It's beautiful. And you're gonna send me JPEGs, right? Yes.
I will definitely. I'm wondering with the water, because this is like water on the sides. I'm thinking I'm gonna do it like the tan colors, and because I'm not gonna do any blues or anything like that.
Uh-huh.
Maybe just like kind of.
You can always take another piece of paper and just play around, experiment with color mixing until you find colors that you think are gonna work.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely.
Nice. All right.
Thank you.
You are always so focused.
Okay. Yeah, you got a big reward at the end. It's gonna get messed up. What I said before, abstract doesn't have it. That's not matter. But I don't want it, it's not dry and I don't. The last time I did this, I ruined my jacket. Right. You don't want to ruin your. Don't touch your outer. What about these? I think it's fine. Should have done that first, and then come. Well, we got an empty. All right. And I forgot to mention the other day, people was coming in February. It's gonna be a workshop. Next week, I. Step away from the.
I got lost. Thank you. I'm glad so much. You know what? I've always been telling me about the bus. Never did tell me about the bus. You know, well, one's not as crazy as the other. Tommy's doing very well. He's only finished. He doesn't know, but I haven't read him. Yeah. He likes math. And he's also an actor. He loves the my oldest son. He works with and then a lot of people. So we can learn a lot of money. Like this. I'll go with you. And I'll you know.
So I think we're gonna say farewell. I will see you all next week. Thank you all for coming. And I love today's class. I'm incredibly proud of everyone. Ciao. Art on. Bye-bye.